Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another week of the NBA Thread Show with your favorite people of NBA Threads. I think we're the favorite people, but I don't know. Well, everyone's the favorite. I'm just up here chatting right now. My name's Jamar Youngblood. I'm here with my boy Dodger.
What's up?
What's up, brother?
Not much, man. How you doing this week, bro?
I'm chilling, man. How was your week?
Hey, it wasn't the easiest, bro, but I got through it. We fought through it, and that's
Oh
all.
yeah,
That's
man.
life.
I saw your
That's
post
life.
about I saw your post about going through depression. How's that been going?
It's a battle, bro. It's a battle. It's a process, but I think working, and I talk to a therapist, getting the tools to make sure that I can handle it properly. Just going through it. It's a process.
Yeah. Full
For sure.
disclosure, people, we were going to record a couple times. Dodger needed some time. Like you need. How was your therapist appointment that day?
It was good, man. It was good. It was helpful. It was very helpful. It was nice to get into a situation where I could talk candidly about it. And then I've got a really awesome therapist. Uh, I highly suggest that if you feel like somebody that you do look into the avenues of finding a therapist, a good therapist can really do a lot for you.
And you've been going for a while. You've been going to therapy for a while.
For about a year now. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice, man. Well, I hope that gets handled.
It's
I don't
going well,
even know how
man.
to talk about this stuff, to be honest,
It
bro.
can
I
be hard
just
to talk about, bro. That's kind of why I wanted to post that video about it, bro. Like I
yeah,
really wanted to kind of take out the as much of the stigma of talking about it as I could.
that's
Because
true.
for me personally, what the reason why I wanted to post that video was it was just so much it can be a drain, like a mental drain, pretending that you're okay all the time. And sometimes it just feels good to just let everybody know, like, hey, I'm not like the best right now. Shout out to Heather. She was kind of mentioning the same thing on Threads last night, and it was nice to see the whole community kind of rally up and be there for her. So, it's just good to make sure that you have an outlet for those things.
Yeah, man, I'm sending love to all of you. I hope everything gets better.
Right.
Speaking of mental health, I went to a Knicks bar with a Pacers shirt on. So
Mm.
take that.
Yeah, bro. And then you didn't post for a while after that, and half the
Oh
community was stressed
man.
about you.
Oh man. Bro, so I like collecting shirts from the 90s. I
Right.
like collecting t-shirts from the 90s, and someone invited me to the Knicks game, and I had this Pacers t-shirt just sitting there for like 2 months now, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Oh, now's the perfect time." So, I walked into the bar, bro. I walked into the bar, and it was like all these Knicks fans. As soon as I opened the bar, it's like everyone looked at me, and I just had this Pacers t-shirt on, and this is like sometimes I feel like I talk too much and like I tear or I share too much of the truth. So they was like, "Yo, you a Pacers fan? You a Pacers fan?" And I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm just a troll." Like I should have said I'm a Pacers fan because I think they would have better energy to
Yeah.
me. But I was like, "Nah, man, I'm just a troll. I just wore this shirt." They like, "Yo, what are you doing in here, bro, with that energy?" So that was a fun experience, but everything went peaceful.
That's good, man.
Let's get into that.
Yeah.
The the Pacers. Game one was last night versus the Celtics. What are your thoughts?
It was more competitive than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, you thought the Celtics were going to blow them out.
Not necessarily blow them out, but I just didn't think skill level was quite the same. I love Pascal Siakam. He's no Jason Tatum, right? Like I love Burton, and I think
He's a
that was like the
champion.
one.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but Pascal is a champion, and Jason Tatum's performance on the playoffs hasn't been up to par. So
Yeah,
in the playoffs, I think I'm not gonna say that he's better, but in the playoffs, man, I'm
he's a
going with
different beast,
Sacco.
bro. He's a different
Yeah.
beast. He really is. Yeah, I think what it was when I was looking the matchups. I think there was two clear matchups to me that the Pacers won, but Tyrese Halliburton was clearly the better one on either team. Like I don't think that's as far as being a point guard. But then also he's got Drew Holiday defending him, and he's got they have Drew Holiday on that side. He's no chump. And then I think the other matchup that the Pacers kind of clearly won to me pregame was, I think Miles Turner is a much better bigs that were going to be defending him at this point in time. But that's why you play the games, right? That's why you actually get out there and do them instead of going by what the paper says. So,
Yeah.
it was definitely interesting.
I kind of had the same vibe that you had, only because the Celtics have been so dominant throughout the regular season. But there's something about Tyrese's energy, man. Like he's an alpha. He's an alpha,
Good
man.
vibes too.
Yeah, he's an alpha. He's really competitive. I went and I watched the Knicks versus, I think it was like around December. I forgot when it was. It was December, January. I watched the Knicks versus Pacers, and Tyrese just looked so dominant. Like he was controlling the game, and then he went through some time where that energy wasn't there for a while, and I saw that energy on Game 7 versus the Knicks. I saw him back to talking trash. He shot like a 45-foot jump shot. I haven't seen that in a while. So I think his energy, of all the 4 stars, you got Luka, you got Tatum, you got Ant, and Luka, Tatum, Ant. Who else is in there? Who's the 4th? Who?
Halliburton.
Yeah.
Luka, Tatum, and Halliburton.
Yeah. I think of all those 4 guys, I'm sorry, Ant, but I feel like he's just like, I just feel like he's the most secure, man. He's like the most confident. He's always talking trash. He's competitive. Like, I think that is what is gonna make this series competitive. I'm surprised Boston won that game. And
I am too. I really didn't. I mean, it also came down to an absolutely insane shot from Jaylen Brown at the end.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Like, people always say, do you foul in that situation? Down to, do you foul, or not down to, but up 3.
Yeah.
Do you foul in that situation? Just send them to the line and try to advance the ball up the court. What's your philosophy on that?
Man, bro, on my philosophy on that is as coach, but
Come on, man, you gotta have cojones. That's the thing about being a coach. You gotta have cojones, man.
I think my process would be foul him, even if he's outside the 3-point line. Make him shoot 3 shots instead of 1. But also, damn, he was playing good defense. Like that shot was crazy.
Saying. That's what I'm saying. Because if you run into like a James Harden type of player, or you go to foul him, and they get their arm up and they get the ball off, it's like N1, bro. You're gonna be hated, bro. So it's
But I mean,
tough.
some of the stills too of that last shot, man. You could see dude who was defending him like had his arms behind his back, was trying not to give up the foul. Like he was playing great defense without being in a risky situation, and he still hit that shot.
Yeah. Do you see Jason Tatum hitting a shot like that? Or is that,
I believe he has a capability. I don't think he's, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he can. I think that Jaylen was probably the guy who they wanted to take that shot.
I love Jason Tatum's skill set, but sometimes I love Jaylen Brown's mindset.
Yeah.
Like just his aggressiveness.
I agree with that completely.
Is like, I don't care. I don't care what the media says about me. I'm gonna do my thing. You know what I mean? I think once Jason Tatum learned that, man, I think he's going to be amazing.
I agree. And what's crazy is Jason Tatum is still so young.
Yeah.
Like he's been in the league for a while, so we think, oh, he is a vet at this point, but we think he's like vet age.
Yeah.
And I think the dude's like 26. Like, he's in that age range. Come on, man. The dude's got a long time to be able to learn how to compete at a higher level. And he's already been competing at a high level. So.
Yeah, man, but they want to win a championship. Like, you know, like, and I think to win a championship, I was thinking about this. So before we talk, honestly, let's get into the West. I was thinking about this on Game 7. My thoughts before the Timberwolves came back versus the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
I was preparing notes to come onto this show and talk about. I was just saying, I think in the playoffs, you need a determined and eager superstar. You need someone that's really, really, really focused and that's going to lead the team. Like just one player that's really, really serious. The last few champions, you've seen that. And Game 7, it was like halftime. I was questioning if Ant was that person. If Ant was serious enough to lead his team to a championship, they
Yeah.
came back, and I threw my notes away because clearly he is. Now,
Yeah.
going into this series, you got Minnesota versus Dallas. I know you're
Yeah,
a
man.
Dallas fan.
Big time.
Dodger Dallas over here. What's like, so like, what's your take or like, what's your vibes going into this series?
My biggest thing is that, fan, if we want to pull this series out, sometimes we can get a little sloppy on offense, and I think that this is a series to absolutely clean that up. If we're going to go into this series, Luka sometimes has a tendency to play point guard looking up and around instead of looking at the defender who's on him, and that causes a lot of turnovers. It causes a lot of steals against him sometimes. And I think that this series, that will absolutely kill us if he gets into that process. I think the Timberwolves are overall the better team, but also they haven't played us since.
Wait, why do you think that? Why do you think the Timberwolves are the better team?
I think it's a matter of. I think it's a matter of the cool. Look, I love Gafford and Lively. I think that's no secret. Those are my dogs. But I think the quality of the big man is going to be a big factor. But also the last times we played, when we had Luka and Kyrie, the only time we played with both of those guys, we did win, playing Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell at our bigs. And I think that, and we didn't have PJ Washington either. I think this is a very different team than the last time that the Wolves played. I think looking at the regular season win-loss for this series is going to mislead you quite a bit if you do. But I definitely do think that the Mavericks have not even a fighting chance. I think these are the two best teams out of the West right now.
That's what I mean. Win-loss since when? Because if you're talking about since All-Star break, Dallas has been like that. Dallas has been the best team in the NBA since All-Star break.
I know, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes because a lot of people, Dallas is a team that not a lot of people watch willingly, and so it can be difficult sometimes to have these conversations online where it's like, this is a different team, and they're like, oh, that fan, they're not gonna, and it's like, bro, have you even like seen one of our last like 30 games? Like, we're one of the top defenses in the league. We've won the most games in the league since the All-Star break. Like, we're not a pushover, and I think that people tend to this from past seasons, move them into current seasons, because the last time we were in the Western Conference Championship against Golden State, we didn't defend well. We were not a good defensive team. But this team is very different now. Everyone is bought in. Kyrie is playing great defense. Luka is playing great defense.
That's the difference right there. Kyrie, bro. I think because like especially when you have a champion on your team. So now you have two champions between Jason Kidd and Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Kyrie and Jason Kidd are going to be able to lead that team because it's the Western Conference Finals, right? And Luka can be amazing, but Luka's never won it. Right. So Luka is he still has that like sense of, or he still has that monkey on his back where it's like, I gotta win this. And then you have people like Kyrie and Jason Kidd, they've done it. And I feel like that calmness of a Kyrie, of a Jason Kidd is going to keep.
I'm really proud of Luka in this playoffs too.
Who, Luka?
Luka, yeah. He's kind of, if you look at his numbers, he's kind of stepped back. And looking at Luka and Kyrie's numbers, he stepped back. He's been allowing Kyrie to man on the team, and Luka has been doing what he can to support him a lot. And it's really been good to see, because if we're gonna compete at a high level this playoffs, I think Kyrie is the key. Like, I think he is the key to allowing us to win games by 1 point against the number one seed to close them out in 6. He was the key in that game.
Well, he only averaged 17 points last series,
but I think his 17 points are understated. It's when they come. I think for Kyrie, it's when his 17 points happen. They're at some of the most pivotal times in the game where a lot of the players are struggling to get their shot. If we got anybody, we got a dude who can get his own shot. And we got Kyrie. And Kyrie is not afraid to find his own shot. And I think that's been the difference for our offense compared to the last time that we were in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, last series, Kyrie dominated that mid-range area, man. That's when a lot of his points was coming from. Just
And he just
like,
puts a lot of pressure on really, really good defenders too. And I think that can be demoralizing for a team to see your best defender get kind of mixed up a few times in a game and kind of be like struggling to stay in front of a guy. It can kind of change the way you feel about how your whole team is playing. And I don't know if that's going to happen this game. I mean, it's going to be Ant on Kyrie. We've seen Ant and Kyrie both play well against each other before in separate occasions. So it'll be interesting. You know, Ant's bigger and physical. Kyrie is quick and twitchy. It'll be fun.
yeah, I shared a thread a few days ago, and I said I can imagine all of the highlights that's going to come from Rudy Gobert being switched on to Kyrie or Luka on a pick and roll. Because that's what's going to happen, right? So these defenders are going to have to pick Kyrie up like 5 steps
Mm-hmm.
above the 3-point line because he can
Mm-hmm.
shoot the ball. And
Yeah.
I think that spacing right there, now, like once you're getting screened up like 2 feet, or not 2 feet, but like a few steps above the 3-point line, when Kyrie comes off that, like Rudy Gobert or Big is going to have to step up. Something's
Mm-hmm.
going to happen, like because you can't like switch that. If you switch that, I think it's going to be over. So
Yeah.
I think that spacing is going to force Minnesota to play smaller than
Yeah.
they will want to with a Rudy and Cat together. And I think that would be Mavs' advantage because I think they're a good small ball team. I think they're really good. I think they're a good small ball team.
And I think one thing that Jason Kidd and Luka and Kyrie this season too, but historically, I mean, we can look back to when Jalen Brunson and Kidd kind of sent that Jazz franchise into a tailspin in that playoff series, and they blew up that Jazz team. Uh, Jason Kidd is really good, and Luka is really good, and now Kyrie too at finding the matchup they want. They will
Yeah,
hunt the matchup they want all game. They will make they was uncomfortable or uncomfortable. And I
bro,
think that that's underrated.
bro. The second greatest shot in NBA history. What happened? Kyrie. First of all, Kyrie gets the ball. LeBron goes to the corner, right? LeBron goes to
Mm-hmm.
the corner. LeBron wanted no parts of this ball in the game 7 at Golden State when the
Mm-hmm.
Cavs won. If you go back and watch it, LeBron wanted no parts of that ball.
Yeah.
Kyrie gets the ball. He sees that a great defender in Klay Thompson is guarding him. I think it was J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith comes at this ball screen. I got the matchup I want. Me versus
Mm-hmm.
Chef Curry. I'm about to cook him. So
Yeah.
I think that's the strategy. I think that's been the strategy, especially for a Cleveland LeBron team to like find that mismatch. And I
Yep.
think there's no better player at that than Kyrie. And
There's
you got
not.
a great coach like a great coach like Jason Kidd. So I see Ant guarding him, and I can also see Ant being overzealous and spending a lot of energy trying to guard Kyrie, which
Mm-hmm.
will then take up energy that he can use for the offensive end. So in this
Yeah.
case, I feel like Kyrie's defense, if Ant is guarding him, is his offense. It's sort of like Steve Nash. When Steve Nash used to play, the point guards used to spend so much energy worrying about what Steve Nash is going to do offensively
Yeah.
that on defense, or no. So they spent so much time worrying about what Steve Nash was going to do offensively that when they got the ball offensively, they just was drained, bro. They was
Yeah.
drained. They was like, I'm chasing Steve
Yeah.
Nash everywhere. I'm going past the ball and I'm going to get a rest because I need to guard him. So I can see Ant being overzealous and worrying about like locking up Kyrie and just
Mm-hmm.
losing the fact that you got to save some of that energy for the offensive end.
And that's possible. That's definitely possible. But I will say this: I'm never gonna put lack of energy on Anthony Edwards. I've seen that dude. I think he might have the most full gate meter out of any player in the league right now. That dude is an energy ball.
I'm with you, but when I heard him mention Kyrie at the game 7, I'm just like, bro, what you doing, bro? Like, just go play basketball. Like,
It's his confidence, bro. He's
I
extremely confident.
get it, but it's like, bro, when have you seen Kobe or when have you seen any other great superstar talk about, I want that Kyrie matchup, or talk about
Yeah.
another player guard? It's like, it's like just go play basketball. And that's why I feel like he's gonna put a lot of emphasis on guarding Kyrie. And
Yeah.
like you said, no one can guard Kyrie, man. So
No.
if Kyrie hit him with a few moves and he catch him crazy, it's like it's like a confident, like, I don't know,
Yeah.
he can lose confidence, the team can lose confidence. Like, yo, you have all this macho energy, you gonna guard Kyrie? He just cooked you, boy. So I can see
Yeah.
that mentally being exhausting for him, especially when a player like Kyrie that does all the circus shots, it does all the things you can't. Don't let Kyrie post Anthony Edwards up, bro. And I think he might. If Kyrie posts Anthony Edwards up, hit him with a fadeaway, and just splash it, bro. Oh my God, I can see Ant I can see Ant being out of there. First game, I can see Ant losing all confidence.
Well,
But that's my bias though, because
I was about to say, man, Ant losing confidence sounds like me losing my black skin. I don't know if that's gonna happen, brother.
I get it, but versus Kyrie, I think it could happen. But I'm being biased here. I'm being biased.
I definitely think Kyrie is unguardable. I do think that I think thinking that you're going to clamp up Kyrie for a full game is laughable. I think there are going to be possessions. Yeah, Ant's a fantastic defender. There are going to be possessions where he's going to get the better. He's going to get the chance to make a play on defense. I just think that when it comes down to it, I think believing that you're going to automatically shut this Mavericks team down because you have 3 defenders is, I don't know, man. Nobody's been able to do it. Like, now all of a sudden it's going to happen. I just think that this is not going to be a cakewalk like a lot of people are believing.
Dallas in 6, man. Dallas in 6. What you got? I'm sorry, Minnesota fans. I'm so sorry, but there's nothing beautiful to me in my eyes than seeing Kyrie win a championship without LeBron James.
I think are going to be a change in this series. Last time that we played, we had Luka and Kyrie, and we were playing who are the guys who are now our second and third string bigs as our starters in that game, and we pulled it out. I do think that our new bigs, Gafford and Lively, have a lot more physicality, a lot more athleticism, and they're going to be able to, they're going to go bare. I saw someone saying today that the Mavs yesterday, that the Mavs don't rebound and they don't defend. And it's like, bro, that you're thinking of the pre-trade deadline us. Gafford is an absolute beast on the post, on the block.
Bro, Lively, PJ Washington, DJJ, Luka, and Kyrie. That matchup right there, bro. That matchup right there. That matchup is going to win this series because PJ Washington, bro, he's hitting down that jumper, bro. He's hitting down that. He's been the X factor, bro. Kyrie, Luka has been finding him. They've been finding him. He's been hitting that jumper. He's been attacking the rim aggressively and dunk. So it's like, I don't see, and I think PJ Washington can contain Cat.
Yeah.
I think he's big enough to contain Cat. I don't see Cat dominating him outside or inside. So
yeah, and I don't even know if that's the matchup that they're gonna swing for, particularly on Cat. I think I'd be surprised if you see Luka on Cat a lot this series.
I can see that. That means that they're going to go really, really small then if Luka is going to guard Cat.
I don't even know if they have to go small, right? Because PJ can also play. I mean, he plays 4 and 3. I think if we go with him at the 3 and run with everybody else the same, maybe Derrick Jones Jr. is running the 2 and then Kyrie running the full 1. I don't think that we have to necessarily change our lineup as much. I just think it's a more favorable situation to have PJ Washington not this without sounding biased. I think that we don't necessarily need his defensive talents on Cat. I think we can put him elsewhere on the court and get more value from him.
I see what you're saying. But who's the second option over there? It's Cat, right?
I think so. Yeah. I think I would say so. I mean, granted, I've only watched Timberwolves for about 2 to 3 months, really, like heavily. But from what I've seen, it does look like Cat is the second option, but it looks like everything flows through Mike Conley for the most part.
Yeah, for sure.
It's less I think it's less for them about second option and more about getting the right shot.
Got you. So Dallas in 6, you agree?
Dallas in 7.
Dallas in 7. There you go. This is a very biased podcast.
I don't know what you thought
everybody.
this was, everyone.
Now, I'm in it. The Minnesota contingent of, I think that's the right word. I'm trying to be fancy over here.
No, yeah, that sounds right.
The Minnesota side is, let me switch it. The Minnesota side of NBA threats are going to be pissed at us, but
Yeah.
I think they know it's all love. You know, it's like
It's all
they know it's all
love.
love.
It's all love.
But
and I just wanted to say something about that too. It's like the way that we're wording this specifically because this is not hate. Right. We're not sitting here saying that these are bad players or that the Timberwolves are bad. In fact, I'd go so far to say that Ant is my favorite non-Maverick player.
Yeah,
and
I love Ant.
That I definitely think that if the Mavericks didn't make it this far, I would be all in on the Timberwolves.
Hell yeah. So again, for me, it's just Kyrie. Kyrie is my favorite basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
No, I'm lying. Damn. It's like Allen Iverson. Is Allen Iverson?
There.
Yeah. I'm being a little extra today. I think Allen Iverson, like Kyrie is like top 3. Like he's up there, man. So, and I used to be friends with Kyrie. So it's like, I'm biased.
Yeah.
But look at this t-shirt I'm wearing.
Hey, shout out to the dub.
I posted a YouTube video. I went to the mall shopping, and this is the t-shirt I bought.
I seen that.
Yeah, so let's get in some WNBA chat. What's up with Enrique and those Dallas? Wait, Dallas Stars
Wings.
or Dallas Wings? I did it again. Dallas Wings.
Man, they lost a tough one yesterday, bro.
Okay.
A tough one. They had a lead and just kind of, I don't want to say fell apart because that feels rude, but they definitely didn't handle having a lead in the second half as well as I would have hoped. They definitely didn't.
What's their record?
They're 2-3 now.
Okay.
I think it's 2-3.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I didn't quite look that one up. I was more ready to speak on the games that I've been to with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are a Dallas Wings fan. I think when it comes to NBA, I want to support every team, but I think New York Liberty are my team. I've been to 2 New York Liberty games, and it was way more engaging than an NBA game. I just think it was way more entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like it's just way more live and active. I don't know if it's like, I don't know what it is, but it's just way more live and active during them games.
Yeah.
And I've always had fun. I feel like the NBA, because they know people are gonna come to those games, they just like, whatever, people are gonna come. Let's sell beer and popcorn and peanuts. Let's maximize that. I feel like the WNBA, because they have limited attendance, I feel like they put more focus on fan engagement and making those games entertaining.
Absolutely, bro. One thing I definitely noticed was, for one, the Wings do play in a smaller arena, but it's so much more intimate. You feel so much more close to the court, and you feel so much more engaged in the game. And then me, IPA fan, the beer and the food prices are so much better. And the beer and the food is better at the Wings games. And it's cheaper. And it allows you to have more fun and feel... man, when I go to a Mavericks game, I know I'm walking in that building spending no less than $100.
Yeah.
And that's after the ticket.
Yeah.
You know, when I walk into a Wings game, I think I spent $40 and I got 3 beers and the fire chicken sandwich. Like,
wait, you can get meated up for $40?
Man, it was fire. Yeah, you get extra meated up, bro. You can get 2 of them things.
So,
but the game is just more engaging overall too. The players, it's fun to see. It's fun to see these players. You can feel that they appreciate you being there. Like the way that they react to the crowd is like it. They know that you're. I watched the Kelsey Plum video. They know that you're not there to support them anymore, and they know that you're there to watch them hoop. There's a difference in those 2 sentences.
Yeah. There's a difference in those 2 sentences, but I wonder if people are seeing it like that. And is it okay? Like, what's wrong with people saying that they're going to, and I know we're 2 men speaking about this, but from our ignorant male perspective, like, what's wrong with saying that I'm going to support them? Is it a thing of like,
I
oh, you
think
need
when I
support? Because
watched
don't
the
they
Kelsey,
really need to, or like, don't they need the support to like make this thing grow?
yes, I think needing the support is probably going to be more of a front office. I think the players just. Kelsey Plum, and when she was on the podcast, that I saw this on, she said, "You don't go to a Suns game to support Devin Booker. You go to watch him hoop." And they want that same respect. And I think they can feel that they're getting a lot of that same respect now, because I definitely go to watch them hoop. I'm going to go. There's so much more physical in the WNBA, bro. I'm going to go watch my kind of more ideal style of basketball now, as opposed to going specifically to support the WNBA because they need the support.
I can see that. For me, I feel like supporting the NBA, and this may be wrong, man. Y'all know I just be saying stuff. I don't really be thinking it out. I just feel it, then I say it. So I'm sorry if I'm about to offend anybody. I feel like supporting the WNBA right now is like, it's like a sign of activism, I think, because you're just like, yo, like, here's women out there that need just as much as attention as we give the men. And this world has been so like male dominated, especially when it comes to like sports. I feel like it's a form of activism to say, here is what I'm going to do with my energy and my time. I'm going to go out there and support women. And I can also see Kelsey's point where it's like, just come watch us. But do you remember that movie with Will Ferrell and he was like the owner of like an ABA team?
The Tropic Thunder.
They needed support, right? It wasn't like they
That was
needed
the Tropic Thunder. I'm cut it out. It wasn't Tropic Thunder.
It was something tropical. I know something tropical was on their jerseys. But they needed
the Flint
support.
Tropics.
Yeah, that's what it was. They needed support. So it's like,
Yeah.
I understand. But listen, enough of my misogyny, because that's probably what I'm doing right now. But I'm not doing it willingly. Let's talk about Kelsey Plum and the Aces, bro. She's so shifty, bro. She is so shifty, bro.
Look, man, I'm a huge Wings fan.
I watched them, bro. I watched the Mercury and the Aces game, bro. My God, she is so shifty. They lost to the Mercury. Deanna Taurasi's still balling out here, like
crazy.
They lost, but Kelsey Plum is shifty as hell, man. Like, she's so shifty. Then you got Jackie Young. She's nice over there. Then Aja, clearly. That Aces team is like really... That Aces team has a lot of talent on there.
It's scary, bro. It's scary. I genuinely, even though as a new fan, and kind of learning the teams around the league, I keep looking at the teams that I haven't seen before, and I'm like, oh, maybe this will be the one that'll be able to beat the Aces. That's kind of my mindset going into seeing a new team that I haven't watched play before. And the only team that I really feel that vibe from is the team that they beat in the final, the Liberty. Like, that's the only team that I really can see right now. Well, the Connecticut Sun can compete too. I think that they can really give them a run for their money too. But I mean, even then, the Liberty and the Aces just have so many ballers, bro.
Yeah.
Like, each team individually is just loaded.
Yeah. I watched the Liberty versus the Storm. It was my first time watching Jewel Lloyd play. Man. She's good. She's really good. But Stewie, bro. Stewie is so good, bro.
Yes,
she's like her post game, mid-range game is nasty. She doing fadeaways out here. Like, she's so nice, bro. She's skilled. I think that New York team, I think this is the year. Sabrina's averaging like 16, 6, and 4. She's not even shooting well.
I was going to say that, and she's not even hitting shots like she was before.
She's not even shooting well, bro. So and they still got the 4-0. So it's like, I think this is the year, and I'm going to buy some Liberty tickets soon. I need to go back there to not support them, but I need to go back to watch some amazing basketball.
I'm definitely going to be making my way out to more Wings games. I love the Wings right now, man. I love everything about them. The atmosphere is so fun there. I think that we're still, well, for one, I think our probably best player, Sabali, hasn't really even touched the court at all. So that's kind of put us in
Wait,
a
who
weird
is that?
situation. Sabali, our four, our
Oh,
big,
okay.
she's had a shoulder injury for the entire season so far, so she hasn't played at all.
Wait,
Great
Arike
young
is not
player.
the best player? There's someone better than
Well,
her?
I think it's. I don't want to say that our best player. I think it's one of our best players.
Okay.
It's definitely one of our 1-2 part of our 1-2 punch that kind of makes us a threat. But even when she comes back, the Wings are just such a young team right now, and they just don't quite have the firepower yet. That if they match up with the Connecticut Sun, I can't sit here and say that in a 5-game series we're going to win that thing. But I love this team, and I do think that in maybe another year or two, they could really compete, and I think that'll be really fun for the city. Because Dallas is a city that really gets behind a team, especially when they're winning.
Yeah.
And been fun to see Dallas rally around the Wings, man, for real.
Shout out to the Wings, man. We're going to have... You said you want to get Unc on the show to come talk some WNBA chat, right?
Yeah, that'll be after this one. We'll do that.
Yeah. So
he said he'll join us whenever, so...
Yeah, I'm excited to have Unc come in here, chat. Uncle Ken, that is, come on here to chat. Yo, to be honest, bro, I think with Threads expanding, I think this podcast is going to be a way to keep the original community connected.
I agree.
Because everyone's complaining about not seeing like the original people on their feeds anymore. I know we got the Discord that's still happening. I feel like this podcast is going to be a way to keep the original band together.
For sure. And there's a lot of good threads expanding in the NBA threads community expanding. And I also have seen some not so good. I mean, yesterday I had to take a mental health break.
From Threads?
Yeah, bro. I deleted the app for a little bit, bro. Yeah.
You can't, bro, listen, you can't take Threads seriously, bro.
Bro, it's not even about taking Threads seriously. It was about, how I've been on Threads as long as I've been on Threads. You know how I used to react to people on Threads.
Yeah, it used to be turned up.
I used to, at the drop of a hat, I'm firing you up. I've done a lot of work on trying to be better and be a better person. And I think a lot of the people who are newer to the community coming from the other site are coming over with some of that same confrontational energy.
Yeah.
And me being one of the louder and more amplified Dallas Mavericks fans, I think the influx of people from the other site who believe in the Wolves are not coming over with the same attitude as the people who have been on Threads. I wish you could have seen some of my mentions, bro. Like, I had to delete the app before I started calling people names, bro.
What'd you say? What'd you say to get them going?
Just literally, bro, I posted one that was like, hey, the Dallas Mavericks play tomorrow, and I posted the video of them closing out the Thunder.
Yeah.
And the confrontational ways that people were coming at me almost brought that back out of me. And I had to stop and realize that it's not worth them pushing my forward progress and becoming a better person backwards.
I feel that, bro. I feel that.
I had to make that stop. But I just wanted to put a flyer out to community, man. Like, this is not hate. Nobody here hating anybody. If you can go back and check all of my posts, I never once hated on the Wolves or Anthony Edwards. In fact, I think I always hype them up. But that's because I don't see any value in hating on these guys, on any team. I don't see the value in it.
That's what I said, bro. That's what I said last episode when I said, it's like, to me, these kids, most of these kids are black men from the inner city who made millions of dollars, who are using that money to transform their lives, their communities. There's definitely no hate, especially from two black men. Like, not hating on other black men. Like, that's ridiculous. But for the sake of, like, it's fun, right? Like, it's fun to have a team and say, oh, my team did this, your team that. Is nothing personal. Right. It's just as fun. My strategy on Threads is to, number one, mind my business as much as I possibly can. Bro. I made a song called Mind Your Business, and every time I want to go, you like it? Yeah. Every time I want to go respond to somebody, that song just plays in my mind.
Yeah.
And if I can't help it, I just send a GIF, bro. I just send a GIF, and I just leave it at that. You should, bro. You should start like that. Whenever you want to reply something crazy to someone, just find a funny GIF, send them just send them that, and let them go
Yeah.
on with their life, bro. It's not, you're already going through stuff mentally. These threats people are not worth your time to be upset and let you get
I
messed
feel
up,
that.
man.
I feel
You know
that.
what I mean?
Shout out to Sarah. We had this kind of the same conversation as well. I think it's just a matter of trying to be better, and it's in me naturally
That
to
troll, bro.
yeah, bro. If you want to confront me, hey, I'm not afraid. Like I'll
Yeah,
confront
let's
right back.
go.
Like, and I'm trying to be better about that. But I think it was healthy for me to just delete the app for a bit and kind of just stay off of there. Just because I didn't want to start being negative in the community again. Like just being positive towards each other. I
Yeah,
didn't want to bring that energy back.
I
So
feel you. Listen, man, I'm going to start a service. If anybody out there in the Threads community feel like you're getting bullied or something, hit me up, man. I'll come deal with it. I'll protect you from all these Threads gangsters out there because they don't scare me, bro. Like, I don't take the internet seriously at all. Like, I can't.
right.
I've been online since I was like 10 years old in AOL chat rooms and stuff. I do not take this stuff seriously, bro. I'll post something and then I like go away for like at least 30 minutes before I check it again because it's
Yeah.
just like I need to detach after posting something. I can't post and like try to like stay engaged and see who's saying something. I need to be like, okay, this is not real. It's fantasy land. Let me go
Mhm.
live my real life and then let me come back to it later. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's for
Yeah.
everybody. Bro, wait, do we have something else?
Yeah, bro. I was I wanted to talk about this because it was cool and it was NBA stuff, but it wasn't exactly playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
I stumbled across a clip from Luka's rookie year, which happened to overlap with Dirk's last year.
Yep.
And it was a game clip of both of them healthy, playing together, running the pick and roll together, the pick and pop together. And it was so interesting because it's hard to remember that those two eras overlap in the
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks fandom. And it got me thinking about other teams. And I was like, what other combinations of two generations would like to see play together
Bro,
on a certain team?
I can just see that visual now because I do remember some of those highlights of like young babyface Luca moving around all fast and Derek all bent out of shape and he's just
Moving through
like,
mud.
yeah, he's like, I can just see that now. But Kevin Garnett went back to Minnesota and he played with Cat his rookie year, I think.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, like I
Oh
think
yeah, there's like pictures of them
yeah,
together in their jerseys too.
yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, out like Kevin Garnett couldn't give him that dog, that dog type energy. Like he didn't pass that on because I still think Cat lacks that. I think he
Yeah.
lacks like that inner fire to be great. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of Cat is just I don't know. Like he seemed like someone that's like he react to like a lot of external things. He doesn't seem like someone like I see Ant. Ant seems like he has an inner fire inside of him that's
I think
driving
that's
him.
why Ant is so good for Cat, honestly.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, bro, we spoke about this last episode how Ant's influence is just leading that team.
You know, one of the generational mix-ups I was thinking about, Young with that 2015 Atlanta team.
So was Jeff Teague on that team?
I think the Jeff Teague teams, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a member of that team.
Jeff Teague was nice. Jeff Teague,
He was, bro.
Jeff Teague on Atlanta.
I got that specific memory of him dunking on Ray Allen, bro. Like yelling at Ray Allen.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry to disagree with you, Dodger, but I'm taking Jeff Teague over that team, bro. He was only because, bro, Trae Young has a very specific playing style.
Right.
And I just feel like his playing style, I don't know if it's inclusive to a team like that when you got Kyle Carver coming off a double screen. Then you got to not look that way. Then you got to look that way to see Joe Johnson over there doing something. Al Horford.
Yeah.
I feel like Trae Young is just, I don't want to call him selfish, but I think most of his game his whole life has been, I'm the guy.
Right.
I can't see him playing a third. I can't see Trae Young playing a third role.
See, my thing was, I feel like that team needed somebody who thought they were the guy.
Yeah, you think so?
I do.
Yeah.
Joe Johnson was very quiet and understated.
Yeah, I see it.
Josh Smith.
Bro,
thought he was that guy, but he also didn't have quite the skill set to really carry more of that load for them.
But they won like 60 or something. I think they won like 65 games one season.
They did. They were real, but they could never go over that hump.
And I got you. And you're saying that that's probably because they didn't have that guy.
More than likely, I feel like they had great players. I could just imagine Kyle Korver and Joe Johnson and then Greens off the baseline coming to the hit in the corner while Trae Young is getting a pick up top and they're putting pressure on the defense. Trae Young gets a lot of assists. Like he's very underrated in that category.
He gets assists because I think he's trying to like go for his first, and then he realized, oh, they doubling me. Let me pass it out. I don't see him getting assists like a Rondo, where it's like, let me be calm and read these defense. He's always like, oh, I shake two people. I can't lay up. Let me pass, which is good. Is good. But with that team, you got Kyle Korver on that team, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Ashton I don't know, like that was a good one. You have any others? Actually,
those were
the
two
what I like
that
to
first
see?
popped in my head. What was that?
Bro, you know what I like to see? I like to see Kobe with that Lakers team that was there, because they had a lot of young guys, bro.
Yeah.
They had Julius Randle. They had
that's interesting.
Julius Randle was over there.
Brandon Ingram was over there.
Russell was over there. They had
bro, that's a good one.
Yeah, bro. They had a lot of a lot of young talent. I also would like to see LeBron with Zoe and Brandon Ingram and Kuzma. I think that would have been like Anthony.
He might have been a better fit for that squad.
Bro, that Anthony Davis trade was amazing, but Kuzma, and then you had Brandon Ingram. Julius Randle left the year before that? I feel like if they would have just kept that team with the current LeBron, I see them as favorites, bro. I see them as favorites.
I think so too, because a lot of those guys are kind of becoming
stars.
The level of player that LeBron needed by his side.
And at this time, it's like LeBron's still active. Like they could have still been competing. They probably wouldn't have won that bubble championship, but I think these later years of LeBron James' career, they would have been competing.
They could have been playing later in the season for sure. That's a good one,
man.
Bro.
Listen, man. His name Ty, my name Jay. We just talking NBA. Nah, we don't got no secrets. We don't need no NDA. I like women. I'll be fly, and I'm trying to get some bucks. If you let Todd tell it, he gonna say he needed it up. Pause. Like, nah. yo, man. You have anything else?
Man, that was it. Hey, let's be kind to each other out here, man. Let's, you never know what somebody's going through, man.
Yes, sir. So let's end it with some shout outs. Who you have?
Hey, man, shout out to my buddy John Bull Social.
He a Dallas fan, right?
I don't believe so. It's not really because he's a Dallas fan.
Okay.
I really just wanted to give him a shout out because the way I'm kind of stepping back, being wild on Threads, trying to like kind of contain myself. He's one of the only other people that be posting wild stuff sometimes. That'd be making me absolutely fall out laughing. But the other thing is, I believe it was him. I was scrolling the other day and I saw him say something that I think y'all kind of need to take to heart. And it was that I don't owe you a platform in my mentions. And the heart, yo. That's some
you can
pretty
mute
good
people
info.
And delete their quotes and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, you don't owe anybody a platform. They have their own. If they're trying to use yours, you can get rid of it.
No, for sure. Yo, the mute button is like the delete button. Use all that stuff, man. Protect your peace. Y'all, don't let these trolls. Listen, I'm the master troll. I'm like the top of the troll pyramid. Like, I swear, there's not a troll out there that's more influential than me on NBA Threads. Right. Don't let these little young whippersnappers, these new age trolls, ruin your day, man.
Yeah,
Trust
I'm definitely
me, it's not worth
trying to be better about it. I'm trying to be better about it just because it's better for my mental health. But I definitely think, hey man, I gotta say this too. I muted a lot of people yesterday morning on NBA Threads. If you see me not communicating with you, reach out.
Ty,
I'll probably unmute you. I think
that's the first rule of the mute. You can't talk about muting people, man. You just got to do it in silence.
Well,
You
because some of these people I like, man, it was just the way they were coming at me. But I just needed to make sure that I was protecting my mental health. I'll be unmuting almost everybody after this series, though. Don't worry.
okay, that's cool. That's cool. So if y'all see no engagement from Ty, y'all probably mute it, man. But
It's all right.
it's with love.
Mute it up.
Mute it up. My shout out is to Johnny K. Johnny K. Shout out to Johnny K. Detroit
Hey.
basketball.
Yeah.
That's my bro. He's always checking in for us. He's always like leaving a review on our episodes.
Yeah.
He's always showing us love.
Very heavily
as we
to the WNBA too. I would like to get him on to talk about WNBA.
oh,
with us
for
at some
sure,
point.
for sure. He definitely supports the WNBA a lot. I can't even say. Can we say support in WNBA?
I think in that situation, support feels like the right word. He does a lot like on threads to make sure that people know what's going on with the WNBA, and I think that that's genuine support to me at least.
Okay. So Kelsey Plum not gonna like that, bro.
I'm biased. Like
she gonna come at
that's
you,
my
bro.
dog. You know, I'm gonna give him the credit for what he does. So.
Okay. Listen, man, I think this is another fun episode. We're only gonna get better and better. Technically, the chemistry, everything's gonna get better and better. So I don't know. Take us away, brother.
Hey, man. Thank y'all for joining us on the NBA Threads podcast. It's been Dodger in Dallas. It's your boy Jamar. We're doing what we do. I hope you keep doing what you do. Hey, check your mental health and stay meted up, baby.
Yes, sir. Peace, y'all.
We out.
Me.